games. Whoop, let's go. Hursty Games, and this how we do. Now it's time we team up.
Hey there guys, welcome back to Hursty Games, and welcome to a video where I'm going to show you a bunch of different cards that I think will get, or potentially will get, someone to watch cards in FIFA 21. Now this is obviously a prediction. I'm predicting the rating. I'm predicting that they'll get the one to watch. Obviously none of these are guaranteed yet. We do not know until the game comes out and the promo starts. But these are some cards that I think have got a really good chance of getting a one to watch card. Now, before we get into this, if any of these cards you like the look of and you want to grab yourself one in real life, like I've got on the wall here, a couple of those cards, you can go over to Dynamic Foot Store and grab yourself one of these cards on their new FIFA 21 tab. Now, you can make any card of your choice from your own imagination, or of course, you can look at their pre-made cards and pick up one of those there. And if you use code Hursty, you can get yourself special discounts, get yourself a price off your total value of your basket at the end of it. So please check them out. Massive thank you to them for the support on the channel. But let's get into the video. Okay, up first, I'm going to go with one of, I think, probably the most likely to happen out of the cards that I've decided here, and that is Timo Werner. Now, Timo Werner has had a fantastic couple of years in the Bundesliga. He's been linked with a move away for a couple of seasons now, but this is finally the time for him to move, and he's gone over to Chelsea, a team that have had a really, really good season, a season that a lot of people didn't predict them to do quite as well as they did. However, he has joined them now as a big, big deal, and I think, honestly, he will get a one to watch card. Now, his card on FIFA 20 is an 86 after his upgrade from an 83. I wouldn't be surprised to see him get an 86 or maybe even an 87 because he had an okay end to his season as well. But I think an 87 would be a fairly decent and fairly likely sort of possibility, I guess. I think he might get a little +1 on his 86. He's already a quick card. I've given him a 93 pace as a prediction with some good shooting and dribbling to boot as well. Obviously, we don't know what the meta is going to be in FIFA 21, but most FIFAs, if someone's quick, they're probably going to sell. So I think this guy will probably be very expensive and very likely to get a one to watch in FIFA 21. Okay, another player, but this time making the move from England to Germany, and that is Leroy Sane going across back to Germany and going to Bayern Munich. Now, this is a move that a lot of people expected to happen because he wasn't getting much game time at City through injuries and through obviously a lot of competition in that squad, especially at the wide attacking position. Now, I think Leroy Sane is very, very likely to get a one to watch purely because, again, the hype for him. A lot of people would love to see this card, and I think actually EA know that this guy would sell packed. I predicted, again, another +1 here to an 87. I wouldn't be surprised to see him stay at an 86, so purely because of his lack of game time at Man City. But I think the times when he did play, he did prove he could be a phenomenal player. I don't think EA would downgrade him, even though he's had injuries. We've seen a lot in the past with players getting injuries for a long season, even though they're capped to have good potential. And they don't tend to get a downgrade. So I'm not predicting him to get one here. Again, 96 pace. Again, a very, very quick player. Great dribbling as well. And again, would fit the FIFA 21 meta. Whether he fits the... Sorry, would fit the FIFA 20 meta. Whether he fits the FIFA 21 meta is something we'll have to wait and see. However, again, a very popular kind of card in previous FIFAs, 20 included. And I assume he'll be pretty popular in 21 as well. So this is a card, again, I'm pretty darn confident will get a one to watch. But it's just, again, a matter of if, when, who knows. But this, I think, is going to be a very likely card to see in 21 as a one to watch. Now we're going to head over to the Serie A, and we're going to look at Arthur, who has joined the, I'm fairly sure, it was the Serie A champions, the Italian champions, Juventus, aka Piemonte Calcio. I'm assuming it's still going to be Piemonte Calcio. I've not seen it anywhere that Juventus is going to be back in 21. I think it's going to stay as Piemonte Calcio. But regardless, he's a fairly young player who's proven himself at Barcelona and has got a very, very good move off to Juventus. I think he's going to get a lot of game time, and I think he'll be quite a hyped up player. I've upgraded him from an 84, I believe, to an 86. Just because I think, again, the move itself and the fact he's quite a young player who's proving himself, I think he will get a good little boost here going from an 84. I've given him a +2 instead of the others where I've given them a +1 purely because I think of his age and his base rating already being a little bit lower. So I think an 86 would be a fair reflection. Maybe an 85. He might even stay at an 84. Again, these are just guesses and predictions. But his card doesn't look massively great. I don't know what his weak foot and skill move is in 20. I can't remember off the top of my head. But if he's got a decent weak foot and skill move sort of ratio and whatever those star ratings are, I think he could be a fairly favourable card with like a shadow or an anchor card, if assuming Chem Stars are still in 21. I haven't heard anything that they aren't, but this is the kind of card that you can see being sort of that weird middle like price bracket because it's got the good rating, but is it massively desirable? I think if Arthur got an upgrade or two, I think he'd be a phenomenal card. So if he can have a good move over in the Italian league, for Pimento Calcio, aka Juventus. I think this would be a really good card, and I'd really like to see this card as well. He'd be great for hybrids, all that kind of stuff. And I think you'd get a lot of great links. So Arthur, I think, would be a really cool card to see. Another player who has made the move from Spain to Italy is Achraf Hakimi. I think that's how you say it. Achraf, I've probably said that wrong. But Hakimi, obviously on loan at Dortmund last season from Real Madrid. But he's now made the move from Real Madrid over to Inter Milan. A fantastic move in my opinion. I think Inter picked themselves up a fantastic player. And they're building a really nice team over there. I think Inter are going to look really, really good in the next couple of seasons. But Hakimi, I think, will bring a lot to this team. And I wouldn't be surprised if he is one of the defensive one-to-watch players in this. Now, his card got upgraded from a 79 to an 82 during FIFA 20, and I wouldn't be surprised to see him go above an 83, but I thought I'd play it safe and put him at that 83 mark, just because when I was adding up the stats and trying to work out what would go to where, it just felt like I was making him incredibly overpowered. I've boosted his defensive physicality a fair bit, and I just didn't, it felt like I was boosting him a lot. So I was like, you know what, I'll stick with an 83. I'll keep the stats somewhat realistic in my views as to what I think his card will get. But this would be a phenomenal card. Again, if Hakimi can even have half the season he had at Dortmund, I think this card will get upgrades, and I think it'll also get a lot of hype over on 21 if he was to be given a card. So Hakimi, I think, will be a fantastic player, and honestly, I wouldn't be surprised to see a lot of people running this. Serie A happens a lot normally at the start of FIFAs. In the game cycles, you tend to see a lot of Serie A teams, and if they keep getting one-to-watch players like Arthur, possibly like this Hakimi card, I wouldn't be surprised to see him quite a bit. Up next, a bit of a curveball, a bit of a weird one, but it's a massive, massive move for Jude Bellingham from Birmingham off to Borussia Dortmund. And I think we could possibly see him get a 75 rated one to watch. Now, this is a bit of an odd one, because first, we don't know how much game time he's going to get, because I don't know. I don't know what his game time's going to be. Secondly, it was a big, big money move for a young player with not that much game time under his belt. He's also not in the game for FIFA 20, so I had to fully guess on his ratings and everything, and I'm assuming that if he got a one to watch, he would be given a gold rated card. If you want my honest opinion, I would give him maybe a 72 rated card, but I've done this on the fact that if he does get a one to watch, I think it would be a gold card. I don't think they'd give a silver rated one to watch, if you get what I mean. So that there is, again, it's a move that's happened now, and I wouldn't be surprised if a card like this happened. This would be one of those cards that, regardless of the fact he's English, regardless of the fact there's a lot of hype around him, and there's a lot of people that really like the look of him, and etc, etc, I don't think this would be a very, very desirable card. If you look at the stats I've predicted, again, just predictions, it's not massively desirable. There aren't really many standout stats. He needs a chem style of some sort to even make the card usable. Would be good for links, and after an upgrade or two, if he got himself to like an 80 rated card, his stats would slowly but surely start to look pretty decent, and you'd have a fun little cam on your hands. But again, this was a bit of a curveball, I'm not too sure, but it was a fun one to make, and if he did get it, I think this would be a cool card. And last but not least, I've gone with Pjanic here on his move. On the reverse of Arthur going to Italy, he's come from Juventus to Barcelona. Now, I do want to say, obviously, he and Arthur were both wearing kits from their old clubs. I couldn't get any images of them in their new clubs. I haven't found any, and the ones that were photoshopped weren't particularly great. So I just went with those ones. I'm not good enough to Photoshop them myself. But basically, I think this could be a card. I think it's less likely to happen than Arthur, if you ask my personal opinion. Pjanic being a little bit older, there's a little bit less hype around the move. A lot of people saying that, you know, Juventus had the much better side of this deal than Barcelona. They got a good young prospect coming through. The one where you could look at it is Pjanic is an experienced player. He hasn't exactly had a bad time of things over in the Serie A. But again, this is a maybe. I mean, all of these technically are maybes. We don't know until we know. The first couple I was fairly confident on. This one is probably the one I'm maybe least confident on, maybe with Jude Bellingham. But again, it will be an interesting card. And after an upgrade or two, getting to that 87, 88 rating, the pace going up a little bit, the physicality going up a little bit, this could be an interesting kind of box-to-box midfielder. Who knows? It's one of those cards that doesn't necessarily fit most metas. But until we know what the meta is on 21, this guy could be it. This could be the best card in the game. Who knows? But again, Pjanic would be an interesting one. We'll just have to wait and see if he's given the nod. But that, guys, is my first attempt at making some FIFA 21 cards for these one-to-watch promos potential players. If you guys want to see more cards like this, more videos like this, let me know. I can make these relatively quickly. I can put these out and put a little bit of thought process into it, look in the market, this kind of thing, and just kind of work out what I think might happen. It's all prediction. I don't know until the game comes out, but I will happily show my predictions. And obviously, when we see more transfers, I can give you more players that I think could get it. If you want to see ones based just on rumors, just on deals that aren't even confirmed yet, let me know. I will happily make these cards and show them to you. I don't mind doing that. I enjoy making these kind of things, so let me know in the comment section down below. And of course, if you enjoyed this video, then please do leave a like on the video as well. It helps it out massively. And let me know any players that you think I may have missed out on, or that you personally think might happen, or players that have already transferred that you think could get these cards. Let me know in the comments down below. Please make sure you hit that sub button if you're new to the channel, and make sure you turn on notifications to be told anytime that we upload a video, or indeed go live with a live stream. For now, guys, I want to say a massive thank you for watching. I've been Tom. You guys have been awesome, and I'll see you soon. Look after yourselves, and of course, wash your hands. See you in a bit.
Hursty games, and this how we do. Now it's time we team up. Check them online, you might catch them playing FIFA. Hey, yeah, you know we keep it live. Make sure to give a like and subscribe. Gaming channel, what's the best one? Keep it hella dope, hella fresh, huh? Yeah, Hursty games, tune in. Even told my grandmama, sister, and my best friend. You might want to check them if you want to be entertained. You already know the name. Check us out, Hursty games. Hey, whoop. Make sure to give a like and subscribe.